Hello guys, this is Vysh. So today's editorial. Okay, only one article is important. The G20 summit is happening next week. So I thought to teach you everything about G20. Okay, the static part, because the news item is just a small article and remaining all are repeated articles, and I'll show you everything. But if you see this fully, you will be thanking yourself to choose to watch this today, okay? Because the G20 static part, from which 3 questions came in the last 3 years back to back, I'll show you that questions also in the starting. The questions, if you see, you will understand the importance of it, okay? So here you can see UPSC 2020, UPSC 2022 and 23, and there are more questions also. I just picked up the little bit challenging type questions, or little bit I found like students may not be directly able to answer. Such questions I have taken. So if you see here, the first one, they're asking the members itself, okay? Most of the coaching classes I remember, they tell G20 as like 20 members. UPSC is never going to ask it, but they asked it. They gave 4 groups and told like which 4 is the correct out of the 20, 4 which is the correct 4, okay? Meaning other 3 options, they have purposely made 1 country wrong or 2 countries wrong in the list, okay? So that time, because we had taught you including trick and the map trick and all, which I'll show you in this episode also, so they were able to solve. Vyshia students were able to solve. So here, after the end of this video, you will be able to solve yourself, but now itself in comment section, if you know, tell me the answer like A, B, C or D, which one is the correct 4 countries which is part of that 20, okay? So that is one. Then second one, if you see the G20 common framework, which in around 2020 only it was announced by China, and that thing, it is an initiative endorsed by the G20 together with the Paris Club. First thing is, nobody taught you about Paris Club, okay? Including I think Vyshya's, we did not cover Paris Club concept that year, okay? But now we have included it in our portions, and today I will show you also. And then it is an initiative to support low income countries with unsustainable debt. So that maybe looks true, and that 2 will be correct, okay? But here actually answer both 1 and 2 is correct, and I will show you the answer also now in a while. And if you see 2023, the latest question, G20 group was originally established as a platform for the finance ministers and the central bank governors to discuss the international economic and financial issues. Then digital public infrastructure is one of India's G20 priorities, okay? So here the second statement is a very straightforward, easy thing also, because G20 is a place, or India, no matter which group we go, we will tell about our digital infrastructure, we will tell about our UPI, all these things we keep telling. So second statement was a very easy one. The first one is asking the origin, meaning basics about G20. If you studied what is that group, how was it formed, who participates, then you will know that that first statement is also correct. So here also answer is actually both 1 and 2, okay? So the other one, by the end of this video you will come to know which are the countries. So here now the second, this one, which is Paris Club thing, which I know most of you don't know, I have put the options, the correct answer here. You can pause this and read, okay? Like China along with the Paris Club initiated this in the G20, and then so they wanted a framework where you can help the people, the low income countries who have this unsustainable debt, especially during COVID time. That is why 2020 it was launched. So that UPSC made a question in 2022, okay? So what is Paris Club also? It's a 1956 body where group of officials from major credit countries came together, and again finding sustainable solution to give debt to the poor countries. So that concept they asked, and again they will ask in future because 2020 summit is happening now. So this is the 3 questions, which is the reason I am going to give more details about G20 today, okay? Now before that, let's see the editorial headlines, why I told only 1 article is there. First is the Haryana violence, which is like back to back. Whenever Hindu don't have a column to fill, they will put this, okay? Last 1.5 months you see this is going on, coming, and the same thing, Hindu-Muslim rights, you know, in the country, it's not a new thing. So there they specifically tell about Vishwa Hindu Parishad and many problems there. So that you can read for your interest. For exam, it's not required. So this is the G20 trade summit that we will explain. This is the only article we will discuss, okay? Because this is that INDIA, Congress party and 26 parties came together and forming an alliance, no use to us. Here election commissions, again that author is taking and discussing the same thing, that now the Chief Justice of India is not part of the group who will elect the or select the the election commission of India. So the election commissioner of India, okay, chief election commissioner. So that already, if you see August 14th episode we have discussed, you can watch that episode. This one is the gig workers bill. So what is a gig economy? Complete concept, gig economy, the Hamal model, the contract workers, their social security, everything in very detailed. Today also I put the slides here just to show you the detailing how much we did, but I will not explain because already in July 26th episode we have covered this topic, okay? So please watch that episode. This I am telling, if you watch Vyshyanas alone for 1 year, your complete prelims means subjects gets over. That's my guarantee. But you have to watch it every day. I will not repeat the same article again and again. This is Karnataka local news, and this is the inflation. Okay, that telling the food cost in Maharashtra, some places and all is increased 65% times, but the wages of people is increased only 35% times. So that mismatch they have put in chart and graph, a local economy model they have shown. That's all. So we will discuss the main article, but here the slides, if you see gig economy. Gig economy, I discussed this on as I told that August month 14th, I think. So that time we put this like what is that bill, what is the struggle there, the gig economy term from where it came. I'm not explaining today. Okay, this is all repeat. I've copy pasted exactly from that PPT to this one, just to show you the depth in which we explained, which I cannot do it again one more time. So example of Uber, Ola, Swiggy, Zomato, these are all the gig workers, meaning contract workers. So they don't have proper social security benefits and other things and all. They don't have share of the profit of the company. So what regular employee gets, these people don't get. So that issues to solve, the Rajasthan government has brought a bill. But again, today's Hindu article, the author is telling that bill has a lot of problems. They don't define things properly. There is no proper employer-employee relationship status setup. So many problems they are pointing out. Okay, there is no positivity in today's article. So the main article, what it is, what is the benefits or what is the potential of India's gig sector. This is outside the Hindu static part. Okay, the benefits of a gig job. Okay, like contract job, work from home, woman has more benefits. So like that, many things. And then the bill, including I've explained the Hamal model which used to exist in this Maharashtra, that I explained. Then again the remaining portion of the Hindu that day, and then this thing. Effects, economy, what all effects can come for the consumer, for the labor, for the industry, meaning to write a perfect main answer on gig economy. I've already done this class. Okay, so that is why I am not explaining to you. So please read or watch that episode. Okay, we'll go to the G20 article now. In case you have not enrolled to the current affair packs or the batch 2024 test series, the batch 2, which is closed already, but till August 31 we extended because of the festivals and all, we extended the offers and the discount price and all. So please WhatsApp me in this number and get it immediately. Okay, because after that there is no more discounts, no more installments. You have to wait for a batch 3 if we launch, or you have to pay the full price of these current affair packs, which will be a loss to you. So serious aspirants who believe in Vyshyanas model, already I got as many enrollments I wanted, but still there will be some people who don't know about Vyshyanas and seeing for the first time. Such people can WhatsApp me in this particular number. Okay. So now the article G20, and we'll discuss all that tricks and all how to remember the G20 countries also. So G20, first thing is the basic statics. I'll tell you, 1999 was the time this was established. Okay, but not like from nowhere suddenly 20 countries came. It is not like that. There is a method, there is a reason to it. Okay, so 19 countries it is, and one European Union, that is the G20, and even the IMF, World Bank, those people also participate whenever G20 summit happens. Like in this year, India is going to happen in the next week. Okay. So now world's, not like only the advanced economies, the emerging economy, the developing economies, they are also part of G20, and it consists of like 80% of the world's GDP, 75% of the international trade, 60% of the world population. Okay, that much people are there in this G20 countries. That way the countries are chosen to form this G20. So what happened is, 97 time and all. Okay, 1997 there was a crisis, a banking crisis in Asia's Southeast Asian region, where we have the Hong Kong, the Singapore, all those areas. We had a Vietnam, we had a Asian financial crisis. Okay, you all may be knowing about the 2008 financial crisis, but much before that, 97, where India was not much affected, but many countries in the Southeast Asia had got affected. So that time we already had a group called G7. Okay, where the most developed countries are there. Okay, that I'll show you the trick which I already told you. The USA, UK, Russia, you take the biggest countries. Okay, Russia is not there now. USA, UK, France, Canada, Germany, biggest countries. Okay, not India, not China. That's 7 countries. They thought like, now we have to involve developing economies also into a group and then discuss, because this problem, the crisis, we have to solve. So they involved the finance ministers and the central bank governors from some countries, and that is how the first meeting happened in 1999. And which are the countries, I'll show you. Okay, so after the 2008 crisis also came, they decided not only the finance ministers and central bank governors, the actual level, top level people, meaning prime minister from the India or the president from the USA, the main G20, the heads of the country should meet at least once in a year. Okay, others people will meet I think twice in a year. If you see the finance ministers and all will meet twice in a year, same like World Bank, IMF and all keeps meeting often, they will meet, but the heads also should meet once in a year annually, and that they decided after 2008. Okay, after that crisis also. So like that, this is the history of G20, which I think many people did not know, and from this question can come. Okay, now Other than the main G20 summit, nowadays there are many other things also, like B20, C20, L20, T20, Y20, meaning whoever is meeting, the think tanks from those countries, or the youth from those countries, the business groups from those countries, the civil society from those countries, or the labor from this thing, or even W20 was there this year, where women representation will meet from these 20 countries. So that way, it has lot of summits which one by one it's happening. Like today, what we are discussing, the article is the trade summit, okay, the trade people summit, okay, T20 kind of thing you can call. So this one is the thing happening. Now, who are these 20 countries which I'm going on telling and how to remember? This is the trick, okay, which I did not make. I think 6-7 years back when I started, that time also I found it on the internet. Some channel was doing it. So this trick, okay, is valid even now because G20 countries did not expand after this. This G20 is still the 20 countries, okay. Even the observer countries, association countries will be there, but the main 20 countries are this only. So, Guruji, Sita, Ab, SSC, FCI mein kaam karti hai. If you know Hindi sentence, like you are telling to Guruji, Sita, a girl, is now working in FCI, or maybe got a job through SSC. Okay, just a random mnemonic made to understand this working trick also. I'll show you how it works, and it's very easy also. So I told you developed economies should be there, which is the G7 countries, plus lot of developing countries should be there. So this is one trick, and I will show you my style of teaching also, where with the world map I'll teach you. Like BRICS countries, you remember I made a world map and I told you how to remember on the map. That way also G20 can be remembered, which is much easier for me also. That I'll show you after this trick is complete. Okay, so this one, if you see, don't confuse. One thing is, don't confuse with G7 grouping, G10 I told you. G7 is, I told you that 7 countries here you see: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, UK, Japan, USA. Okay, there is no China, there is no India, only the 7 developed countries which they claim to be. That is a G7. Okay, FCI, JBUG is the trick for that. Whichever developed country you know with that letters you write, it will get full. Okay, for C, don't write China, it is Canada. Okay, China is also an emerging economy only. So this is the G7. But G10 is totally different. Okay, I thought today itself I'll tell you that also. G10 is totally different. In 1962, some countries came together, and with IMF they wanted to make some fund and something for again lending people and all. They wanted to make a fund, so they came together. If you see, these are the 10 countries. It's actually 8 countries plus Germany, Sweden. So if you see a repetition from G7, if you see, Canada is there, France is there, Germany is there, Italy, Japan. Okay, then there is this USA, UK. But the other countries, Switzerland, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, these are all not part of your G7 and all. So such random group it is. So it's not very significant also. That time it was formed. So group of 10, don't confuse. Same like the G4 is also there. Okay, G4 is big J. Big J is Brazil, India, Germany, Japan. And what is G4 group? It is those countries who want to become a member of the P5. P5, you know what is P5? United Nations Permanent 5, which is USA, UK, Russia, and France, and China. These are the people who have veto power in United Nations. P5, they think they are the ones who can decide everything. So we want to make it P6, or we want to make it P7, like India and all want to enter. So these 4 who felt they are the best contenders to reach there, Brazil, India, Germany, Japan, they made a group called G4. So G4 is different, G10 is different, G7 is different, G20 is different, and also there is G77, okay, which is not very popular, but don't study that. 77 countries, nobody can study. It's like half of the world. You cannot study that. So like this, many groups are there which you are, as a UPSC aspirant, supposed to know. One time learning is enough. One time learning, you will get to it. Okay, so now that Guruji, Sita, Ab, SFC, that we'll see. Again, I am telling, whichever country you know with these letters starts writing. Okay, like G, Germany, USA, Russia. Then U is again UK, Japan, Italy. Then S for Saudi Arabia. Then I, Indonesia, Turkey. Then after that, A will be again Australia. Then after that, A and B together, Argentina and Brazil, which is there in South America. Then S is like South Korea, South Africa, China. Then Canada is there, France, India. M is Mexico. That is the one country which confuses everyone. Mexico usually is not part of any group, but Mexico is there. And then European Union. So now again, if you want to see that, see here. That Guruji is Germany, USA, Russia, UK, Japan, Italy. Then after that, that Sita and Ab is Saudi, Indonesia, Turkey, Australia, Argentina, Brazil. And then we have SSC, that is South Africa, South Korea, Canada. And then FCI, that is France, China and India. And then Mexico and European Union. Like this, if you break and study, this is one method. Map I'll show you. Map is the easiest way to study. But again, okay, you saw this, you understood this. I hope you learned this trick and you know the countries now. And you can answer that question which I showed you in the starting. Which at the end I found, I will again show you. That time you can solve. So now here, the one interesting thing is, okay, usually wherever Saudi is there, maybe Iran you will expect, but Iran is not there. Okay. 1 second. Pen is not working. Okay. So Iran is not there. Okay. Same like that. Indonesia is there, but Malaysia is not there. Australia is there, but New Zealand is not there. Like this, some countries which are not there, important countries, that if you remember also, you can use elimination and that question you could have solved. Okay. And Argentina is there, Brazil is there, India is there, China is there. So like that, South Korea is there, but North Korea is not there. Okay. North Korea is, normally nobody will take them into any group. So now the map trick, okay, which I teach you in my style. Okay. So here, again, continent wise, you see the first North America continent will take. From every continent, somebody will be there. This is G20, right? So all the three, Canada, USA, Mexico, all the three are there. I don't know why Mexico is taken, but all the three are there. Here, the biggest two, Brazil, Argentina, okay, which now in the BRICS also it will be there. So that first three are there. Then after that, here two are there. Now we'll go to Africa. In this big Africa, only South Africa is there. Only South Africa is there. That is the concern also they keep raising. Okay, now in BRICS, at least we added Egypt and Ethiopia. But in G20, even now, it's only South Africa representing the full of Africa. Okay, now go to Asia and write all the famous countries you know. Okay, Russia, China, India, Japan, here South Korea, Australia, Indonesia. Okay, we wrote all the popular countries. You didn't write Malaysia, you didn't write New Zealand, which is smaller again. You didn't write North Korea, okay, Philippines. That are all not required. The big are the most popular countries and not over. In the Middle East now you will go. Middle East you will go. Biggest one is Saudi Arabia to represent the complete Middle East. Okay, that UAE is not there, Egypt is not there, Oman, Yemen, nothing is there. Only Saudi Arabia. Even Iran is not there. Okay, and again to connect from Asia to Europe. Now we have to Europe is left if you see. To go from Asia to Europe, that connecting thing, Turkey. Okay, now from Europe, you want some countries. There are only 4 countries. That also they took like North, East, West, South. Like that they took 4 countries. Okay, like the North here, UK. Okay, which is outside Ireland, UK. Just below that, they took France. Okay, France, and then that is West. And the East will be near to that Germany. Then South will be Italy. Okay, 4 countries. UK, Italy, France, Germany. So 4. So you count 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 19, right? Or if I missed anything? 3, 2, 1, that is 6, this is 4. So 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 countries plus the European Union. Okay, so totality, it will look something like this. Okay. The trick, the mnemonic trick, Guruji, the Sita, that also I have shown you. The map-wise trick also I have shown you. So this way, any one-time studies, I don't know why people tell like it's very difficult to remember dates in history, remember maps in this geography. This are always one time when a correct teacher teaches you one time. No, then it will not go away from your mind. Problem is you are learning by-hearting tricks or some random tricks which comes in this Telegram and PDF, this WhatsApp groups and all, which I feel like how will you even remember? They will tell something, this like Guruji, this thing only, but which has no connection, no logic to study. Mnemonic doesn't mean you put any letters and make any sentence out of it. Okay, that doesn't work. There should be some logic behind it that you can remember that mnemonic also. Understanding? So that way, I think the most detailed way I have taught you. And now G20 is complete in that map aspect. Now we'll go to a little bit of static and then the today's article and we'll wind up. So the functioning, how does this G20 function? First thing is you need a president. Okay, you need a president for the G20. So that in rotation basis they do, so that a regional balance is there. This map you saw, right? So you should look like now India is there. So India's that area, that region, okay, 1 president we got. Next time we'll take from somewhere far away like Brazil, I think the next year's thing. So we'll take Brazil as the next year's president. So that way a regional balance should be there each year. So that every leaders go to different places in the different year. Okay. So now that rotates in different groups. So that 20 countries, they have broken up into 5 groups of 4 members. Okay. Like India is part of this group 2. Okay. Remaining groups is not important to you. Group 2 where Russia, South Africa, Turkey, India is one group. So from that group, this time we selected India. Okay, next time from another group where Brazil and all is there, from there we took Brazil. Okay, that's how Brazil is the next one. If you see the next chair is Brazil in 2024. The previous chair is Indonesia in 2022. You saw that video, right? Indonesian person is giving that hammer kind of thing to Modi and he transferred the captaincy or this thing, okay, the presidentship. So like that, next year India will give to Brazil, and there is a concept called troika. Troika is the same thing, like this time's president, last time's president, and the future president. They three will sometimes meet and decide some things. Okay, so that is the troika. So next year's troika also, India will be there. India as the past president, Brazil as this president, and then after that the future, I think 2025 will be South Africa or something, which is to be decided. So like that, troika this year and troika next year, India will be part. This time as the main president, next time as the previous president. Okay, so that is one troika thing. Then another, there is no headquarters for G20. Okay, you will get confused. Sometimes they will tell, okay, Geneva is the headquarters of this thing, or New Delhi is the headquarters. There's no headquarters for G20 like other groups have. Okay. It's a rotating presidency concept, and they will decide their G20 agenda and all these things. Like this year, it was India's responsibility to arrange all the meetings and bring everyone together and all such things. Okay, so that is the basic again about the how it functions. Now more details. Okay, there are two tracks in which they work. One, as I told, the finance ministers used to meet from 1999. The finance ministers, the governors. So their job is only finance. Okay, monetary policies and all such things they will discuss. Fiscal issues, FISCAL, fiscal issues. Okay, but another is Sherpa track, meaning India or who is the president, they will have a Sherpa. Sherpa means a person who guides or decides the agenda and all these things. This year it is Amitabh Kant, who is the Niti Ayog's person. Okay, I think last 2018-19 time and all, it was the Reserve Bank governors who used to be like that. Somebody India will make, he is in charge of the agenda and also. Sherpa is like discuss all the other things, the political issue, corruption, terrorism, climate change, everything. So Sherpa track, which is the main track also. Finance is like now little lower we decide. Okay, a little bit less we decide in this G20. So two tracks are there, and also it's not like, as I told, because members are not there, others can't participate. Everybody participate. Like the Financial Stability Board is there, which G20 only made. G20 leaders made it during the crisis time. That members will be there. ILO, Labour Organization will be there. IMF will be there. World Bank is there. UN is there. OECD is there. WTO is there. Okay, and European Union is anyway there inside that. So this, everybody comes together to decide certain things. Okay, so this is the maximum static part you need for your G20, and your complete preparation is done. Now any question comes on G20, even a mains question, you can write easily. Now today's article, as I told, the trade and investment ministers, okay, like our commerce ministers and all, they together met as part of this G20. Now the main meeting is going to happen next week. Before that, the final meeting of the trade ministers, okay, under India's presidency. I told you it's the 80% world economy, three quarters of the trade, 3/5 of the population, there is around 60% population. All these people meet, and then in that one problem happened. In that trade we are discussing, no, so we've kept on telling because of the Ukraine war, many losses happened in the last year, okay, but again, Russia and China came together and told, how dare you tell that, don't tell that line, keep on telling, remove it from that main document. Okay, they were trying to make a settlement, a communique or the agreement kind of, or the main outcome document. In that they told, don't put this line again and again, that Russia-Ukraine war caused a lot of issues in the global trade and investment and all. Okay, there are many other problems also in the world. So that they had to remove. Okay, and this is not now. Last year also G20 when Bali summit, Indonesia, it was happening. That time also war is happening. That time also Russia and China opposed this. Okay, so main 5 outcomes of the today's meeting is that digitalization of trade documents. Okay, meaning there are some places where government keep forcing the people that you digitalize, only digital, don't do paper, like that, many things, cashless, paperless, that they tell. But government themselves, right, it's some check posts, some places and all, they ask physical paper. Okay, like only when that person signs in the physical paper and give you that receipt, only then you can export, import, many things happen. So that should be stopped. Digitalize everything. Digitalize government documents also, digitalize your personal things also, digitalize all the trade documents. Second one is improved information to MSME, meaning is mainly they are focusing on MSME sector, the small industries. So there they should be given access to the like training, networks, digital markets, connectivity, platforms, groups, so that they can grow just like the bigger industries also. Okay, that information what they need you should be giving. Then the map the global value chains, that is like for the big MNCs. Okay, you take any big company, Samsung or Apple or anyone who makes their products in different places. I mean, the idea will be from USA, the assembling will be from India, the parts may be coming from Taiwan, it's something programming is coming from Japan or China. So many things are there. So you are a global value chain. So that one should be somewhere documented together, somewhere in one place you should see all these. So that mapping of the global value chains of all the companies in the world which are doing international trade, that should be put somewhere. Okay, then mutual recognition agreement for professional services. Okay, meaning again people are traveling from one place to another for work and all these things, and also your certificates you get in India, it should be valid in like Europe, it should be valid there. Everything should have some mutual recognition. You accept each other's standards, each other's documents. The next is also like this, standards. Like India has some standards of maybe like mangoes exporting you are doing. So you will tell, okay, here you're using pesticides, this level is okay. But when you reach there in European Union, they will tell, no, it is crossed our standards. according to us, only this much limit of fertilizers, the spraying and the insecticides and these things you should have used. So that way they will reject it. So common standards of trade of import export, which with the WTO also you have to work, that should be there. So everything but related to MSME sector they have decided, okay, the medium, small, micro enterprises, that they have decided, and these are the 5 major outcomes which came in today's paper, okay. And then little more when they are discussing, they are telling about same thing, digitalization and these things and all. One important line you have to study is Jaipur call for action to enhance MSMEs, okay, meaning same thing, give them access to information and all, but that they named it Jaipur call for action to enhance micro MSME thing. So this one, if UPSC asks, this was in news related to what? It is G20 meet, okay. So, and related to MSME. So, that Jaipur call of action is the catch line which you have to study now. Okay. And again, as I told, the international all trade bodies, the ITC, WTO, UNCTAD, all should operate, all which operate the global trade help desk, they should also work with the G20 members, update all their data portal and businesses, bridge the information, which I told, the missing information which MSMEs or small players want, that are not put it in one place so that you can easily get it. Okay. This is in line with the Prime Minister Modi's plea also, which he already did to G20 ministers to help the MSMEs, which are 60 to 70% of the employment provider in the country, 50% of the global GDP provider in the country. So these data and all, right, you should use in your answers. Not only this answer, wherever MSME is there, you should write the importance of MSME. You should do, because in India, 90% or above are informal sector, unorganized sector, and small players and all. So they should be always quoted in your answers. Okay. So again, capacity of the MSME should be improved. The greenfield investment, meaning a new greenfield is something freshly you are doing. Okay, brownfield is meaning already something is there and you are developing it. Okay, greenfield is freshly from the taking the land onwards from that time. So greenfield investment you should boost. Productivity linked incentives, meaning PLI scheme is there in India, where you give incentives to people who do production, like more production, more incentives you get. So that thing also you should go to all the sectors in MSME. Okay, so bureaucratic red tape which used to be there. Okay, meaning olden days you will see that file is there, then red color something you take and you tie. So red tapeism, they won't pass, like office people will just keep your file there, they will not forward it ahead. So that red tapeism favored the large investors because they will throw some money, bribe and all, and they will get across. So it was like a red carpet for them. But the smaller firms, okay, they are not even able to start from the ground level itself. So these things you should focus and help the MSME sector. This is the total outcome today. Okay, so now just I'll show you that question. Now you will be able to answer that first question which I asked you, that is that which are the members, 4 members. Now you see here, Argentina, Mexico, South Africa, Turkey. You got the answer there itself. Because in the second group, Malaysia is not there. Here, Iran is not there. Here, Singapore is not there. They purposely put one country which, as I told, which can create doubt in your mind. Like, how can Singapore be not part of G20? How can Iran is there, like Saudi is there, but Iran is not there. Indonesia is there, but Malaysia is not there. Australia is there, but New Zealand is. These are all things which you get confused in the exam hall if you did not study. But because you studied, you easily eliminated that 3, or you maybe first option, so you know directly. Anyway, okay, I want Vyshia student to know that first thing directly itself, because I taught you the proper trick to study this. Okay, so this way we have covered entire thing about G20, and I hope you will not forget this, and you will even share this to other people also, so that others who are struggling in studying the right way will get the advantage. Okay, so please WhatsApp me for the current affair packs and all. Many special gifts and goodies I am going to announce on Gandhi Jayanti. Okay, before that, September 5 Teachers Day, I will announce another thing that also you can wait for that. So many important things, and Vyshia is going to do things which you did not even think or imagine. So just support us. Okay, keep supporting all these content for free. It will come. Tell me in comment section your feedback. Watch our foundation, because today also you would have seen my WhatsApp status, some people telling bad things about our foundation without watching it, so that all those who are seeing my WhatsApp will know. So please stay in touch with WhatsApp and Instagram and all. I want the most serious aspirants to be with me all the time. Okay, others I don't really care, because only serious aspirants will create results finally, and we need results. Okay, so I'll wind up this video. Thank you and have a nice day.